a few years ago, I suddenly got this thing. I started to get an inverted nipple. Just out of the blue, it just suddenly started going, just popping in. I was like, oh, God, this is a bit... We can see Kay looking up. What's going on here? And I started to get this inverted nipple. And eventually told the doctor, and they said, right, you've got to go straight away for a mammogram. Now, I told everybody. I told my sisters, I'm the same with pregnancy. I think the minute you're pregnant, I tell all my family, in case something goes wrong, they're there for me. So I told everybody. But it's funny, because on the actual day, when I went for the mammogram, I went on my own, which is really weird, isn't it?
I don't think it's weird.
I don't think I'm that wonderful. I don't think it was. I didn't want it. I made some sort of mistake. Because I actually do want them to go through it with me, because I want to draw strength.
I wouldn't have told
But when I was there,
anyone.
I regretted it. I really wanted my family, my husband. I really wanted somebody there to...
You see, I'm like your mum, and I'm like my mum. Take it inwards. For me, if there's any kind of problem, if it's to do with my personal life or my health, I lay over that landmine while it explodes, and I take the full force of it, and it means that I've spared my family. That's how
Is your mum the same?
That's how I see it, and that's how my mum does it. Years and years ago, when my mum had a lump in her breast, she didn't tell my dad. She told me, because she actually needed some help. She wasn't registered with a doctor. She wanted to come and use my doctor, and within a week she was in hospital having a lumpectomy. And my dad was really upset that she hadn't said anything. Now, as an adult, I completely understand where she was coming from, because that's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, I feel sorry for your dad in that as well, because, you know, like, if Mark had something and he didn't tell me, I'm his closest person. I would want him to lean on me.
Yeah. It's in our nature to want to protect our kids. So obviously, if it's something serious and you find out that, you know, you haven't got long to live, then you have got to tell your family. But if it's something you're just going to be tested for and you don't want to share it with them until you find out the results, hopefully you don't have to share it, because it'll all be fine.
And there's also a protection thing. I mean, it's funny you say, Nadia, about you would feel denied if they hadn't told you. And I know you say that from a place of absolute kindness, but I suppose you could also say, well, it's not about you. And sometimes the other person doesn't deal with it that way. And I mean, I wouldn't, because whether it would be telling everyone would make it real, or I don't know what it was, but I would much rather hug it to me. And also, at this age in life, you know, when your parents are getting older, I mean, my mum and dad are the most fabulous parents and always have been, and I've always been able to go to them. But now they've got their own troubles. Would I really take my troubles to them? They've got enough to deal with.
I think my dad actually even said this the other day. He said, "This is now my purpose." You know, because he's finally retired, he's 86, and he actually draws a lot of strength from his girls still needing him, and
but that's him as an individual. So that's a wonderful thing. But like Kay said, everyone's different, and I think also it's different if you're protecting your children when they're still young. If you're talking about children when they're adults, you can have an adult conversation.
But listen to what Tom just said, and I really agree with Tom. He said, you know, you've got to give kids more credit. And I think if I was diagnosed, God forbid, with something really sinister, I know I would tell my children.
You see, that's the difference. If I was diagnosed,
because I don't want them to be frightened by the whispers, and there is a change of atmosphere in the house when someone is ill. And children are incredibly emotionally bright.
Intuitive,
and children are frightened when they don't know what's going on. And I know that all the professional advice is that you should tell your children.
Yeah, but I agree with what Linda said. You know, sometimes you can protect until the point of diagnosis, because then at that point there might not be anything to worry about. But I would absolutely would. I mean, I know.
Did you tell your kids about your?
Well, having the hysterectomy, I just kind of casually mentioned that I was going to just pop into hospital for a couple of days, just have this tummy thing, and Amy was just like, "All right, bye, see you after school," and Finley was, "Are you going to be here when we get back?" "No, I'm going to be in home." "All right, see you later." And they didn't really get it, but I was happy about that. And I officially had my all clear yesterday. And I say officially because I kind of unofficially had all clear, but I wasn't healing properly, and that was taking a while. And then they also discovered that I had something called vasculitis, which I don't know if it's look it up, Google it. Actually, don't Google it; it'll really freak you out. And I got the all clear from that as well. It's basically when your immune system attacks your arteries, and they can close, and it can shut off your organs. It's really quite a horrible thing. Don't Google it. But I got the all clear from that as well. So
good.
But my kids don't know anything about that. My parents only just found out. I only just told them. Nick knows. I think as a partner...
So did your mum get cross because your mum kept things from you?
My mum got really cross.
Ah, I see.
Oh, Andrea, why didn't you tell me so I could help you? But what could you do?
I know, yeah.
Mums want to know.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, no, all good. First day back to the gym yesterday.
Back to the gym.
All good.
I can say you're looking absolutely gorgeous.
Oh.
Really are.
Thank you. That is very nice. Yes, you can say that.
There you go.
Okay. If you've enjoyed that, then why not click here for more? And don't forget to subscribe by clicking here so that you never miss out on the best Loose Women moments.